As you can see, this is our film magazine review, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how we created this. First, if I just bring up the Empire magazine review, we used this one to model our own on, really. And what we did was we looked at the conventions of this review, and as you can see from the one on the left, which is ours, we've actually pretty much ripped it off, but we felt that this was the best thing to do because it is the most well-known film magazine that's available, so we wanted to use that one, really. First, what we did, we used Quark Express to make it. We have made draft magazine reviews as well, which helped us to gain the basic skills we needed in order to create this one. So what we started by doing was using the rectangle box tool. We created a border using the guides on the page, and then going down to the menu at the bottom, what we did, we went to the frame option, which allowed us to pick which line we wanted. We went for the thick thin line because that's what Empire use, and we also put it then to about 7 because we thought that wasn't too big and it didn't take up too much space. The next thing we did then was using this picture box tool, the picture content tool. We then created our picture box to cover the top of the page, and then by double clicking we could then add whatever image we wanted. See if I can find the image we used. Yeah, there it is. That's a different one, but same concept. And then we just moved the picture by using the blue tabs on the corners and on the edges to move those to where we wanted, and by using the little hand we can drag it around wherever we wanted it. Because we wanted this look closer box here, we've positioned the picture on the right hand side as opposed to more in the middle, because this means then we can get this box in. So if we move that to about there, leave that there, and that's fine. Then what we did, by going to the view menu and zooming in by 200%, it makes it a lot easier, because that means then that we can get right up to these lines best we can. And that makes it a lot tidier then, really, rather than leaving gaps. And then if I just come off that, then I can see. And if I use the zoom tool as well, which I need to select, then I can see how close to the edges I am, and if I'm over, because if I am, then I can make that a lot easier. And also, by using the left and right arrows on the keypad, we can move things wherever we want, so that also helps. But, I mean, the bit at the top, this bit here doesn't really matter as much, because we've got obviously this in cinemas banner and the web address banner also next to it. So really it's just these ones on the sides. And then you can go to view and actual size again. Next thing we did, again using the rectangle toolbox, was to create this in cinemas banner at the top, and then filling that in black by using the colour menu and just selecting black, and then that turns this black here. And then instead of trying to create another one which was the same height and width, well, the width didn't really matter because we was going to stretch that out anyway, but if I copy that by using Command and C and then Command and V by pasting it, then if I zoom in again and select then I can move that up to the top. And once again, this zoom tool means that if you zoom into this on ours, you can see that there's no gaps, and also it's straight at the top as well. So if we do that one on this one as well, change the colour, create a new colour by going to new, selecting the colour we wanted an orange, so that's fine, okay. Select new colour on this menu here, and then that goes to a nice orange colour, which we wanted to follow the colour scheme that's in Empire magazine as well. So, and then as you can see, this at the top here is a bit too thick, so we just need to adjust that. That's easy enough to do. And then I can nudge this over and then just stretch it out. Stretch out a little bit more. Right. Also, what helped us to do this was, on this one, by dragging the lines out here, I can see whether or not that's straight, and if I zoom in a little bit more, zoom into 200%, then I can tell whether that's straight and whether that's level with each other or not. Turn the flashlight off. Then you can tell that they sit on the same line, and so do they as well. So that helped us really, because that meant that everything was straight and it lined up together. If we go back to this one, what we're just creating now, we put the text in just simply by using the text box tool, and creating a text box. Once again, we can change the colour by using the colour palette. And if we highlight that, using this menu at the bottom here, we can choose what size text we want. So that's going to have to go a lot bigger. That's not that big. And we change the font. So let's just check what font we used on here. Arial, narrow, bold. So if we change that to that one as well. That meant that we didn't, well, I think we might put bold in as well. Yeah. And then if we just change the size of that, because I've changed the box as well. So. And then, just as we did with the boxes underneath, select that. If we copy that and then paste it again, and then put that over the top there, and then change that to black. Oops. No. That to black. And then once again, by zooming in, and if I zoom in a bit further using this again, then I can move these right over to the edge by using the left and right arrows on the keypad again. That looks about centred. And then if I do the same with this one, then I can bump them right up close together then. Yeah, there's no gap there now. And I can look and see that they sit on the same line. Not perhaps the cinemas needs to come down just by one. Zoom right in now. That's gone a bit too far now, so it's just trial and error, which makes it a longer process. And then if I zoom back out to the actual size, the next thing was all the other text was just added using text boxes, and then we used this line checker to check that they were all in line with each other and to check that everything was in the same place. Like if I zoom out on this one again, view the actual size, and then as you can see, like these red lines on the main body of the article, just check that they were in line with each other. I dropped the line on top of them and made sure, and the same with these, to make sure that they came to the same point on the side. If you can see, that means that they're all in the same place really, and they're all in line with each other. The only part of this that was different in the way of text was the columns, which are here, and the way I did that was by going to the text, just the text content tool, creating a text box, and then at the bottom on this menu again you get an option of columns. We wanted 4 columns, so that's what we did. We bumped it up to 4, and then with the text at the bottom, the text on these bottom lines here weren't quite in line, these ones at the bottom. So the way we did that was by going to this menu again, and then it was on the text option, and where it says gutter we just changed this up or down, and then that moved the text for us. Everything else was all the same. It was just either text boxes or just using the line tool, which is this one over here, and that's how we also created the arrows. By using the line tool, that meant that we could draw a line, and then at the bottom we selected right arrow and changed the thickness of it a little bit, and then that's how we created these arrows over here. and the ones in here as well. That's pretty much how we did it, and like I say, dragging this helped a lot in the final stages of it, just making sure that everything else was perfect. And that's pretty much it. So thanks for watching.